Here's what's actually happening right now in the Israel-Iran crisis and what the US might do next. On June 13th, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion. It was huge airstrikes hit Iranian nuclear and military sites, places like Natanz, Arak, and Fordo. But that's not all. Covert Mossad drones also sabotaged targets deep inside Iran. The reported toll? Dozens of Iranian commanders and nuclear scientists killed. Iran hit back in a big way. Over 150 ballistic missiles and more than 100 drones launched at Israeli cities. Israel's Iron Dome defense system did its job, intercepting a lot, but not everything. Some missiles made it through, striking places like Soroka Medical Center in Beersheba. Around 240 people were injured there. Israel says a military HQ was the real target. Iran denies aiming for civilians, but the damage and fear are real. Israel's government hasn't pulled any punches. Prime Minister Netanyahu and Defense Minister Katz have gone on record, calling for Iran's supreme leader to be removed permanently. Israeli strikes have continued, hitting more nuclear and military facilities in Iran. Their argument that Iran's nuclear program is an existential threat, justifying strikes on both military and, controversially, some civilian infrastructure. Now let's talk about the US President Trump is at a crossroads. Within the next 2 weeks, he'll decide if the US joins in militarily, possibly targeting Iran's fortified nuclear site at Fordow. But he's also hedging his bets. US envoy Steve Witkoff is talking with Iranian officials behind the scenes. Meanwhile, European diplomats are racing to Geneva for talks, hoping to stop this from spiraling out of control. Here's the risk. US military action could ignite a much bigger conflict. Think American bases at risk, shipping lanes closed, oil prices spiking, energy security threatened. Trump even vetoed an Israeli plan to assassinate Iran's supreme leader, showing there are limits to US support, even for an ally. Right now, Iran says it won't negotiate unless Israeli attacks stop. Europe sees a 2-week window for diplomacy, and Russia and China? They're warning everyone, talk, don't fight. So here's where things stand. Over 650 dead in Iran, missile launches still ongoing, negotiation off the table unless there's a ceasefire. In Israel, dozens of civilian casualties and vows for a broader campaign. The US is stuck, caught between launching strikes or pushing for talks. Bottom line, the world is holding its breath. The next 2 weeks could decide if things calm down or explode.